Well, it's all so long ago now, of course. I think I was about 12 and I noticed the other kids at school were playing guitar and I was looking at them going, I want to be one of those kids. I don't want to be sporty kid or ballet dancer kid. I want to be guitar playing kid. And I couldn't quite work out, how you did that. So I befriended one of them and just this really amazing kid. And she was like, here, let me show you what we've learned so far. And she said to me, wow, I think you could be really good at this because that's much quicker than we've all been getting it in the class. Perhaps you should get your mum and dad to get you one of these guitar things. So I went home and this is all true. I go, Mum, I think I need a guitar. So Mum and Dad got me one and that was it. It was off and running. By the time I was 14, I was literally going down to the local folk club doing the open mic nights, and singing my own songs. And from 16 to 19, I was working at a radio station, working out how do you get to London to be a professional musician. I still hadn't pieced it all together, even though I was singing in, a band at that time with my brother, and we were doing these sort of like old 40s numbers. And I finally worked out, make demo tape of own songs and move to London and make happen. So I just, took a while to get there, and I did a lot of things along the way, like backing singing and doing jingles and always, cultivating my own sound rather quietly on the side. I kind of had this my trump card up my sleeve, and I think when I finally, all my friends and my family were like, how on earth did that happen? Because I went, I have all of these songs and this is my voice, and they were all thrilled for me, and how fantastic, you were just saying, like Happy Ever After 1988, it's like that song really, was the beginning for me, and I still get a thrill when I hear it.
It's funny that you should mention that teenage Julia Fordham, because there's a picture of you in the on the sleeve of the new album, I think. Is that you?
The little kid with the microphone. Yeah, that is actually me, aged 9, and I've been looking for that photo for years, Martin. And my sister used to, my older sister, who lives with me now in sunny California, I always get a great thrill out of telling everyone she's 8 years older than me. So when you're 8 and your sister is 16 and you're tagging along with her and cramping her style at the local holiday camp where she was working, taking photos for key rings. It was one of the very first times that I sang, and because they had this sort of like band in the corner that would do, standards of the week, and the kids would all get up and sing a song, and I got up and they said, what's your song, kid? And I said, Edelweiss from The Sound of Music. And apparently I started singing, and there was this hush over the room, and my sister had the foresight to pick up the camera and took this photo of me. And I remember seeing it as a child, and then of course we lost it, and we've been looking for it for years and years and years, and I don't know why, but it felt really important to me to find that photo for the artwork of this album cover, Concrete Love. And we finally found it in the loft at Mum and Dad's little bungalow on Hayling Island in the south of England.
It's a great photo.
Thank you so much. Well, of course, my sister is actually a really good photographer. My father's a photographer, actually, and I think it's in the gene pool, especially for her. I'm awful. I got the singing gene from someone.
Well, I tell you what, butter wouldn't melt, judging by the look of this 9-year-old on here.
Oh, thank you. I think that's just so... Isn't that great, that little orange dress? It's so had to have come from Marks and Spencer's or C&A or something.
Now, tell us about the break. If you're Happy Ever After, which we heard, love moves in mysterious ways and so on. But where did the big break come? Where did the record contract come from?
I actually had been working with some friends in Scotland, and they were musicians, and one of them I knew when I was working at this little radio station in Portsmouth, and he moved up to work at a radio station in Scotland, and he rang me and he said, I've got a studio now, come up and let's demo all of your new songs. And we did, and literally 6 of the songs that we demoed, I guess I was about 23 at this time, ended up being, half of the songs on my first album. And that was really it. That demo, I got myself a manager, and she really got to the right people, because I made a lot of good contacts with the T-boys at record companies. I didn't really understand the infrastructure of the labels. I was fantastically green and naive. I could look back now and go, it's a miracle anything ever happened. But actually, when Happy Ever After was on the demo tape, and it's very similar to the recording you just heard, and And luckily there was a record company called Circa, which is a subsidiary of Virgin, and they had these hip cats in there, and they heard my voice in those songs, and they went, wow, this girl is deserving, and they signed me, and then that was it. And of course you think it's all over then. I've arrived, I have my record deal. But the truth is, it's sort of relentless hard work.
Thanks again for watching. Don't forget there are many more videos on the channel. If you enjoy any of them, please click on the like button, ring that notification bell so you don't miss out in the future, and above all, if you can, please subscribe. Thank you.